And then tonight it's Sassy Saturday for my patrons. But I've got everything cut up and sewed and ready to assemble. Here's what I got going on. Okay. Oh, I gotta fix that.
To the woman who hasn't stretched in a...
Yeah, I stretch every day. Okay, let's pull this up. Okay. I know it's canning season and everybody's busy, but I'll be canning this week. And then on the weekend again, I'm going to be going. Hi, Suze B. I'm going to be going to. I'm going to be going to the farmer's market, I hope, and stock up on peppers, onions. And then hopefully my new Nesco that I ordered comes because I have all the trays and everything for it. So hopefully that comes and I can start doing carrots when they come in. Okay, here's what's going on. Okay. These are the blocks. They're all finished and ironed. These are the blocks made out of the recovered fabric from the original quilt. And here's our offset pieces. Okay, and these are 10, the strips are 10 blocks long. And it doesn't matter whether I start with a block or a flat because it's an even number. It's, what's going on here? What am I missing here? Oh, I'm missing the chat. Suze B, Candy, Lori, Claire, hi. So now I am just going to start assembling. I already have one assembled that I did just to see how it was going to go. And as you can see, the first block or the end block on one end is a pieced one and the block on the other end is solid. Right? So that's how we're going to do it. So let's just dig in, and every row has to have one of these recovered fabrics, but not on the ends, okay? So let's just get a move on. Oh, these blue blocks are not quite the right, they're a little bit tinier, but that's okay. All right. Here we go, and I have ironed all my blocks, and I've filled 3 bobbins. Let's see if I can. Okay, so that I don't hopefully have no interruptions or any interruptions. Okay. One. Now I've just kind of organized these. Not really organize them. I just made sure there were none too many together. Okay. So let's do the one block of the recovered fabric. I know there's threads everywhere. It gets cut off, and I think this is going to be thin enough to allow me to hand quilt it, because I have to say this, folks. Anybody who gets a quilt from me this year, it's the last quilt, right? These quilts that I'm finishing and that I'm refurbishing and all that stuff, I have no more plans on making another quilt except for. Shoot, I didn't cut it properly. I have quilts I have to finish. Are you in there? Okay. I have quilts I have to finish. And one quilt I have to make for the good son, Alex. So for his wedding. But I don't have to do that until in the spring or so, because I want it to give it to him to them as their wedding anniversary gift. Now, let's just line this all up. I watched a movie last night. Now, I've watched it before, But knowing who it was about made me watch it differently the second time. Hey, Jazzy, Sherry, Green Eyed Bandit, Suze B, Becky, Claire. Okay, let's get going. I gotta push these out of the way a little bit more. Pull. Heave for the shore. All right, so the next one's going to be a solid. I ran out of the blue striped fabric, so I've cut up some of the dark blue just to go, just to be organized. You know what I mean? Just so that I would have enough. So I have to, it's a scrap quilt. It's not just a remake, it's also scrap. This is the fun part, folks. Why? Because it's all coming together and you get to see it. You know what I mean? Okay, lift, pull. Okay. Now this one has stripes. You guys even see. So this one has stripes, so I don't want to do this one next. We'll do this one. Something bright, because this is pretty dark here, right? Hey, Jack, how are you? Hi, Mark, how's it going? In a little while, I'll tell everyone to say hi, but not just yet. I want to make sure that we got the most amount of people in here, so I get to say hi to as many people as possible. Okay. Now we've counted out before, but I'm going to ask you guys to count for me because I can't think about it while I'm doing it. I need you guys to count for me, okay? And I'm going to tell you how many quilts I have to do before I die. All right? I have to finish my wool shop quilt, my friendship quilt, I have to recover two of Arthur's quilts. I have to rebuild one and recover another. I'm definitely going to try and get one more done for Briar, because he's the poor boy who hasn't got a lot of these things. And I have to make a quilt for Alex as a anniversary gift from his wedding. And I'm definitely got to make at least one more for Bubba. You know what I mean? So, and then there's the star quilt and the star quilt and the grandmother's flower garden quilt. So how many quilts have I got to do before I die, folks? Well, you know, these are I used to call these my ambassadors of hugs. And I only have so many more in me. And I'm probably going to get them done if I spend one day a week doing nothing but sewing. It's a lot. 8, 9. Yeah, there's closer to 13. You're right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I even found some fabric in one of my Aunt Jane's totes. I'll show it to you when we come to it. That came from my cousin Marnie, gave them to me, but the fabric was from Aunt Jane. And so that is Mikey's grandmother's sister. My mom's sister is going to be in this quilt too. I can't just make, well, I can, right? Like I did Andrew's quilt. That was Andrew and Jackie's quilt for their wedding. Wasn't an heirloom quilt. It was just a quilt I made for them that was designed for their bedroom. But their daughter Eleanor got the crib quilt, right? And that's, I don't know if, I can make any more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 2 more. Whoops, don't fall. 9. This is the fabric from his eldest brother's quilt, the one who lives in Australia. I bought this fabric for his quilt because I was doing a quilt that was made up of fabric donated by family and representations of Canada, and blueberries was one of them. And this fabric is discontinued. So I'm really sparing on how I use it. Right? Let me just see here. Get over here. Okay. Okay. Over a little bit. There we go. Oops. I don't know if I caught the end of that or not. That looked like a pretty, I'm going to double stitch that because it's this block. These blocks, I seem to have thought I caught the right size, but there's somehow just a tiny bit smaller than the finished blocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shape them to fit as I go. Okay. Pull. Pull for the shore. Hey, Donna Rishi. How are you, darling? Well, Howie's gone to the track. And I do believe if I have, this is how I know. I have a block, an assembled block on one end, so the ending, whoops, I almost dropped that in my tea, has got to go on here. For a smoke, no worries, I won't blow into the monitor. Okay, Jazzy. I'm so glad I quit smoking because, I mean, nobody would want to sit in my, nobody sits and visits in my house anyway, but nobody, it smells. It makes your whole house smell. And as an ex-smoker, there's nothing I can't stand more than the smell of cigarette smoke. Okay, so we have this row done. Now, where is that little tin? Oh, it's way over there. Okay, well, let's see if we got enough. Okay, so now I'm going to sew these together, and the easiest thing to remember is solid on assembled. Okay? And I'm going to do some pinning just because this is a long strip. And I'm going to try and make sure everything gets put together. So that if you could just run this through the sewing machine, but if you don't pin it, your blocks aren't going to line up. I guarantee it, your blocks are not going to line up. Oh, can't have you. Okay. Oops. There. Oh, look at that. See? He's got 2 of his blocks side by each, or kitty corner. Alrighty. So I watched this movie called Hillbilly Elegy on Netflix. and it's about J.D. Vance. And I watched it because I watched it once already, a long time ago, and well, not a long time ago, a year or so ago, and I had no idea at the time who J.D. Vance was, right? Today, he's the vice president, but it shows his roots in the Appalachians and the things he had to go through to get where he is. See, this is a little bit on the short side, so I'm just gonna, dang, let's get this over here like this, line it up like that, and it was really good. You know what? Don't say, you know what, Mark? You may be a bloke, but you'd be surprised how many blokes on here, ouch, actually sew and make quilts. It's not a sexual, it's not one of those things. It's something anybody can do. There's no masculine or feminine to it. As a matter of fact, my dad said he served with guys that would knit their own socks and stuff. And he said, where did you learn to knit? He says, look, his military buddy said, look, Mama ain't here. So guess what? We learned to look after ourselves. And I thought that was really awesome. And I have one rolling left for Freaky or Sassy Saturday tonight. And then I'm done for a week, another week, because, well, I have my vape pen, but it's just for kind of emergencies, right? Because I'm building my tolerance, or my tolerance is really high right now. So I am rebuilding my tolerance. I'm letting it go down. So I'm kind of living on Tylenol right now and muscle relaxers. Okay, now, here we go. I'm going to make these seams a little bit bigger, just because there's you know, an 1/8 of an inch deviation in some spots. So. Okay, let's roll this up onto my lap so it comes easier. Remember to check and take out all pins after if you're sewing over. Okay, this one is a little bit on the, so what I'm going to do is this, see how this is loose? I'm just going to tighten. This one is a little bit on the big side, so what I'm going to do is to keep it from over making a big pucker, I'm just going to, at that edge, I'm going to fold it over just so it lines up and doesn't make a nasty pucker at the end. I'm telling you folks, once you learn how to sew, quilting is one of the easiest things in the world. It's just patient. It's a patience thing. Don't you dare fall over. My grandpa had 13 brothers and sisters. He was born in 1900. He could knit socks with four. I can knit socks with four. Well, I can't really. My hands are no good anymore. He also taught my mom and uncle to crochet. Mom taught me at 5. My mom taught me to knit when I was 7. But my mom was left-handed. And so she taught me left-handed. So when I got into home economics in grade 8, grade 7 and 8, I learned how to do it properly. I got this going right? Yep. Boom. Now, these rows are, these rows are 10 wide, and they're going to be, but the length is going to be 12 rows. Okay? I love it too. It's just this little machine I bought because I haven't got my other ones serviced yet, and so they're not working properly. So I'm still waiting for my, there's an extra pin here, there it is. I'm still waiting for my disability rebate check to come in, but it may take another couple of months, they say, because they have to go through my, they have to go back 10 years through my taxes. Okay, so let's have a look. See? It'll get ironed. Now, this is where, right here, oh, you can't see. Okay, right here is where I tucked that little piece because it wasn't going to meet right here. There's a lot of hanging threads, but that's okay, right? Because they'll all get trimmed off. Now, can you see what I meant? If I had made those panels that I had done, and I would have had to try and build a quilt around them, where in here with new fabrics, these fit better. These recovered fabric squares that I've built fit better in the finished thing, right? So there's row number 2. Okay, let's start again. This is my kingdom come. I don't know where I've got that from. Okay, I don't want to start with that. Did I end with, now there's a lot of black and there's a lot of repetitive blocks in here, so I just got to make sure that they don't, overlap too frequently on their own. Okay, this fabric is from the back of Mikey's brother Andrew's wedding quilt. I'm calling this, folks, the brother quilt. You know why? Because I have nieces, yes, but my nephews and my sons have formed a bond that let's put it this way. My grandson calls Mikey and Aaron and Andrew, he calls them uncle, because Arthur and Briar are like brothers with the Hickey boys. They were practically raised together. So this is the brothers quilt, and I'll tell you as we go along whose is whose. Okay, you saw the blueberry fabric. That was Aaron's wedding quilt. This is from Andrew's wedding quilt. And these stars here were the backing on Mikey's wedding quilt. And I have blocks of, okay, this just is not big enough. Uh-oh, what am I doing here? Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. Hey, Kelly, watch, Kelly, come, Kelly. Hey, Kelly, how's Australia tonight? Well, actually, it's 20 after 4 here, which means it's about 6 at night there, isn't it? Or 8 o'clock at night there? 8 o'clock in the morning? Not sure which. Hey, Monet, the mascot. All right, how many people have we got here? 44. Everybody say hi. Everybody say hi while I sew on the next block. Only say hi once, folks, so that I can see these blue blocks. They are not as big as they should be. Damn. This fabric is the fabric that came from the bin, my Aunt Jane's fabric. My Aunt Jane was my mother's older sister. So this would be Mikey's great Aunt Jane. I'm going to use some of that in Bubba's quilt too. I'm making an heirloom quilt for Bubba. It's just he's not getting it till he's older. I have learned. All right. Everybody said hi. Hi, Mindy. Okay, let's pop out the participants list and say hello. April Seamond, Becky, Kat, Happy Guy Jack, Janet Pickett, Just Me Jazzy, Kelly, Linda Bop, hey darling, Mark Fontaine, it's good to see you back, sweetheart, it really is. Mindy Patriot Angel, Mindy Patriot Angel, Monet the mascot, Sherry Leach, and Susie. So let's go back to live chat and then zoom this all up so I can actually watch the chat as it comes. I just washed my hands with soap, vinegar, lemon juice, and they still smell like garlic. Well, that's not a bad thing. You know your skin is the largest organ in your body. Make sure I pulled that out. It's the largest organ in your body, and it does absorb things. Did you know that when you swim in a chlorinated pool, you are absorbing the chlorine through your skin? I haven't been in my pool much this summer, but it was there when I needed it, which was the important thing. Now, this is not an heirloom quilt, but it is a brother's quilt. So, do I have any more of those in there? I'll put this on the bottom. Okay. All right, it is time to put another one of the blocks that have the reclaimed fabric from Mikey's original quilt. Alrighty. Which one are we going to do? This is going to go more or less in the center of the quilt because that's all the scraps I could save but couldn't line up. What do we got in the other one? We have black and white and purple. Okay, so let's do, let's do this one. Okay. This is from Mikey's original quilt that I tore apart. This fabric was from pajamas that I made for Briar when he was 3. Okay? Briar's going to be 33 in February. So, let's get that down there. Make sure everything's lining up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 3 more. So this will be 8. And I'm not making these to go this. I'm crisscrossing them. I'm doing whatever they, decide. Hey, darling. Oh, real strong, eh? Fresh garlic's the best. I thought I heard something, but it was my dryer. See, this is the fun part, folks, because you get to see it actually start coming together. Okay, one of these. Let's do these. This fabric was the shirt Briar bought to wear to Andrew's wedding. I don't know if he wore it to Mikey's wedding or not, but it's still from Briar. And the blueberry fabric is also in Arthur's quilt. The one that he won in a raffle at the family reunion. It has the white fabric with the pale purple stripes. And it also has blueberries in it. But the blueberries were originally bought for. Okay. Hey, Cindy. Hi, Celeste. Willows. Hi. Sherry Leach. S. Bender. I have been working. A lot of people leave chopping onions and garlic to last, but if you chop them first, the other veggies will naturally deodorize your hands. Oh, that makes sense. I should be canning, but I have to, my back is still buggered a bit, so I'm going to wait until later this week, and I'm going to get Howie to help me get tomatoes out of the freezer. Pull for the shore. I have to do that to myself, folks, because if I don't pull it all the way out, when I go to sew the next one, the thread pulls out of the needle and I have to rethread it. Okay, so I believe we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, we are. Alrighty. Let's put you up there. Okay. I should move my tea over here in case I don't want to dip it by accident. I'll move it over onto my old sewing machine. Okay. All right, so this is the way this is going to go because, whoops. Okay, just a second here. This is the way this goes. Oh, yeah, see? Dang. Maybe I can turn it this way. Yes, that's better. That's better. And then we do this. There is also the quilt that I was hoping to make for when my channel hits 10,000 subscribers on Life with the Wolfies. But it's slow to rise, so we will we'll just wait for that day. I'll get it made, but we'll see, right? Okay. Tweedle-at, tweedle-at, tweedle-dee. My son and grandson are going out to visit his bio dad and family. Arthur's bio dad. Donnie and Tara. And they're going on, I guess, Monday. So it'll be a nice visit for them all. I tried to get them all together here this summer, but it just wasn't happening. I have discovered something about myself, folks, and that is I have to slow down. I can't do the brutal physical work. Someone told me to give up my gardening, and that's an absolute negatory, good buddy, because that's, you know, that you might as well shovel dirt over me if I can't play in the dirt anymore. You know what I mean? But I am going to try, because I've needed them for a couple of years, but I am going to try if depending on the amount of my disability rebate check, I'm going to put in metal raised beds that are a minimum of 2 feet high, keeping groundhogs out. And because the pallet boxes I have in my garden, the pallet collars, they're starting to rot and come apart at the bottom, and it's allowing things in, right? Okay, you need to do this, okay? Right at the edge, right there, like so. I'm going to pin you like that, giving you a little fold. I've been thinking about writing this book, folks. And I think I've been waiting for a topic to jump out at me, and here's my topic. I think I'm going to make it a journey through my life. All of the things that have changed since I was born. You know? I was born in the 1900s. My grandfather, Ironside, was born in the 1800s, right? So, I mean, they came over here. They were immigrants from Scotland. Okay. All right, here we go. Did I pull? I'll make sure I pulled that out. Because the things I've seen in my lifetime, the things I've experienced in my lifetime, I am making that nickel fart. My son came up for the weekend, so my get-together had people here to see him too. We had 20 at one point. Right now, it's my kids and grandkids. Oh, that's wonderful, Autumn. I don't kind of have that kind of relationship. I seem to feel like I'm more of a pain in the butt to my children than somebody they want to act. They love me. I know they love me, right? But I'm from the old world in their eyes. You know what I mean? They love me. They just don't necessarily understand me. Okay, wait a second. What did you just say? I used to remember everything. I don't anymore. I've labeled my grandmother's, my mom's, and my crochet blankets Afghans. My kids don't know the difference. My grandkids always ask me, when you were little in the 1900s, did you have TV? Yeah, really, eh? You want to hear something? My sister was born in the 50s. And all they had in the beginning was radio. So, you think about this. When I was a kid, Star Trek was science fiction. Remember those those little they're phones. Anything you see that seems like it's too much. Anything you see in the movies that you think is just science fiction, know that they wouldn't have those ideas unless those things already existed. And we get them like 30 or 40 years later when the government's figured out what they want to do. When the government's figured out how to make it safe for people to use the technology. Yeah. I was born in the 1900s. My grandparents were born in the 1800s. Oh, what happened? Did we get tangled? Nope. Okay, let's just go back and start again. Hey, Renita! When I moved into my first apartment, I had a black and white TV. I didn't get a color TV till Arthur was over 2. Let's just... All right. Pull for the shore. This is 3 down, 9 to go. Hey, Garnett, how are you, darling? All right. Make sure I get all of these pins out. Okay, let's have a look. How about I iron this and show you guys? Let me just unplug my phone for a second here. Plug in the iron. Oi! Oh! Let's go on over to the ironing board. I don't know know if you guys can see that or not. Oh, well, I gotta push this back a little bit so I can get out of here. Alrighty. There we go. If you don't like ironing, don't quilt. I'm really glad I found this fabric because it's blue, so there's a lot of blue in this. And the back sheet, or the backing, is a white sheet with Toronto Maple Leaf logos on it. And once I'm quilting this, I'll be snipping off all the threads and I just have to be careful when I'm ironing where the recovered fabric is, because a lot of it's polyester. This is my mother-in-law's ironing board. Thank you, Nan. Although I don't know why she brought it up here. Okay. Okay, this one's cotton, this one's all cotton. That one isn't. So we'll be careful here. Damn, I got two of them above each other. Well, okay, that don't matter. As long as they're visible. I'm gonna do this, just not gonna iron the poly, these are polyester squares. Every time I make a quilt with special fabrics from family and stuff, it always gives me joy. In every stage of the making. Why? Because there's love. These are love. These are my hugs. Okay, I'm gonna turn you around so you can see. Don't look at my house, it's a mess. But I don't make sure I don't fall where I'm backing up. Hang on a second. Hang on. No. Okay. First 3 rows. Oh my God! Oh wow! This is turning out more beautiful than I hoped. That really pops, doesn't it? Awesome. Let's get back to sewing. Whoops, I don't want to drop the phone here. Okay, now I gotta bring my laptop back over here so I can read the chat. Oh, I'm gonna unplug the iron. I got power bars and extension cords and all kinds of stuff. I can't wait to see your comments. Oh. It had a rainbow film taped to it to make it a color TV. Ha! That's cool. Okay. 3 down. All I have to remember is when I start with a assemble block, I can't believe how it's coming together, folks. I thought it was going to be dark and kind of dull, but it's really, I'm really happy with the results so far. So happy! Tweedle-at, tweedle-a-dee. Okay, now is there orange at the other end? Okay, so we won't do, let's start with one of these. Let's start with, Now this isn't the original fabric, but this is the same fabric that I bought. And I made Briar a Dalmatian costume when he was little. Now let's bring you guys in a little bit on the closer side here. Can you guys see? Okay. All right. Okay. I always say a spick and span house that looks like a magazine isn't lived in to its potential. A messy house. You know, someone at my... Yes, right? My house is a mess, but then my back has been bad and I don't care, you know? It's my house, right? It's my house. So we'll be there, right? We'll be all right. Two cheeks just like a rose, a little turned up nose. To me he'll always be that little boy of mine. Two arms to hold me tight, two lips to kiss goodnight. To me he'll always be that little boy of mine. Remember when I sang that while I was making my niece Bronwyn's daughter's quilt, Cordelia. This is the boys' version. And when he grows up to sail the seven seas, here's hope that he'll stop and think of me as two arms to hold him tight, two lips to kiss goodnight. To me he'll always be that little boy of mine. Well, you don't know that, you know, because YouTube, I'm under constant threat of YouTube shutting my, they don't just shut your channel. If you mess with YouTube, they don't just shut your channel down, they delete it. And I do not have these on. So I'm going to end up going through some of my old videos and seeing if I can't save some of these onto a stick or a DVD or something, you know. I might do some reading this afternoon or this evening, but probably more likely tomorrow. Purple and the blueberry. One of the things I love about this blueberry fabric, it goes with any purple or any blue, dark or light. It's just gorgeous. That was a lullaby my mom used to sing. She used to sing one called "The Dream Man's Coming on the Train Tonight. Moonbeam for windows and the red's so white. So come along, my little ones, scamper up the stairs. Put on your nighties and say your prayers. And all aboard for Dreamland on the Dreamland train. Shh, here comes the Dream Man. Shh, here comes the Dream Man on the Dreamland train. Shh. God, I'm surprised I still remember this stuff. And yet, Arthur says, I did sing to them when they were little, and I don't remember it. But then, you know, I was a drunk too, right? So, you have an idea? What, Jack? I think what I'm going to do now, when I made everybody's quilts, the wedding quilts and stuff, I gave them DVDs of me making the quilt. I don't know if they still have them, but I would really like copies. Briar, and this is the fabric for my curtains I made when we first were bankrupt and moved to Wakefield. Okay, how many have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I better put one of these in. Not purple. There has to be one of these in every row. This is the recovered fabric from Mikey's original quilt. What you doing, Gracie? You goggle babies? All right, I'm seeing, I gotta be careful because every once in a while this thread on this dispenser tangles if you're not careful. So I just gotta every once in a while fix that. Here comes the dream man. Here comes the dream man on the dream man train. Hey, Angie! My own line of DVDs. Nobody buy them. Nobody buys DVDs anymore, folks. But let me tell you something. I'm now wishing I hadn't sold all my DVDs in a yard sale, because all the movies I had, most of the movies I had, you now have to pay for on Crave and all that stuff. So I'm now going back. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See how much it blends the older with the new? Wait a minute. Oh, Angie, crocheting's so easy. But I can crochet just about anything, but I can't read a pattern. So that's where my expertise ends. Chababa chababa chawawa Angela Wakumba. Chababa chawawa, my bambino, go to sleep. All the stars are in the sky, ready to say good night. Good night. Don't you know your toys are sleepy too? So close your darling little eyes and Mommy will hold you tight while she sings this lullaby to you. We need something bright now. Ooh, no, not quite. Chababa chawawa Angela kukula goomba. Goomba. You're Goomba. Chababa chawawa, my bambino, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Do I send Howie dinner when he's at the track? No, he yes and no. I don't send him dinner. He takes things like hot dogs, hamburgers. I made sure he had a nice tub of chopped up watermelon and some bacon and stuff like that. Don't let your life pass you by. Do, 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 do. Well, I get it, Angie, but you guys are going to have to come up soon. Okay, another row to go on. Okay, and which way are we going to do this? Oh, I dropped it. Ow! Ow, my back. Oh, oh, careful, careful, careful. Okay, we have to start. All right, this is the way it's going to go. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. I'm sure she must have it, Joanne. She's been very busy. Who are we talking about? I forgot that I also sent a canary yellow with that purple with white polka dots, and I sent them in a Christmas card and remembered that you did a video on them. Then they must be in the box because I have a separate basket, Joanne, for all of the fabrics that came to me. So it's got to be over there by my chair, right? Don't let your life pass you by. Do, 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 do. Now, that's going to be blueberries and blueberries, but it doesn't matter because they're not. One of the best things about making a quilt like this is you never, because you're putting solid fabric every other block, you're never going to actually repeat something next to each other. But it can, but it won't be that close. Oh my goodness. My goodness, is it 5 o'clock? I may have to put this down for the day. I get myself some supper. See how these two don't line up? So I have to. Damn. There we go. Got it. Got it. Got it. Most people selling patterns now go through the cheap end. They don't give the full details per line. They use short, fast handwriting to get it over and done with. Oh, I don't know what you mean by that, but you must not be talking on a subject I'm working on right now. Don't let your life pass you by. Okay. Oh, crochet patterns, right. Most of the patterns you buy now, they used to be tell you everything, and then they would just say repeat from here to here 5 times. But now they give you this, 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 and this, and then they say do this stitch for so long, but they're not as detailed as they used to be. Let's put it that way. Knitting patterns, newer knitting patterns, the old beehive ones were the greatest. I think we can do one more row. What do you think, folks? You think I can do one more row? I'll just make sure I put my water on for my noodles. I made supper for myself last night. Oh my gosh. Howie brought in some tomatoes from the garden. And he took some for slicing at the track. And I just sliced some into a frying pan with some bacon grease, salt and pepper, and I put that on noodles. It was delicious. Sometimes all you need is just some tomatoes and some pasta. And then I'm going to iron this. Than that, they use AI and the instructions don't make sense at all. Well, ooh. You know what I say? There's a reason I make these videos, right? I have knitting videos, folks. I show you how to knit, to purl, to add on, to increase, to decrease, to cast off, and how to knit on 4 needles. So the last thing I knit was Edward's Mr. Bigglesworth cat that I made him. He calls it Arthur. Says Mr. Bigglesworth. No, it's Arthur. And now, whenever I'm talking to them, right? Because remember when we were at the motel and I said he called doing somersaults dupe? Let's dupe. And then I said, shoop-a-doop. And he said, no, Granny, it's just dupe. So if we are talking on the phone or I'm talking to Arthur and Edward wants attention, he goes, Granny. Yes, son. Yes, yes, baby. I'm not a baby. Yes, big boy. He'll say, it's not shoop-a-doop. It's just dupe. And I'll say, but I like shoop-a-doop. And then that's his way of getting in on the conversation. So there's never a lull for conversation when I'm talking with my grandson or my son. If I do one more row, then this will be the third of the top done. All right. Yeah, most tomatoes you buy in the store are greenhouse grown. Oops, get over there. All right. I need to plug in my iron, and I'm just going to plug it in. Oh, to this extension cord that my power bar is plugged into. Oh. And then we're going to iron it. Okay. Let's get all the pins out first though, right? Finish one thing before you start something else. Even if it's taking pins out and then plugging something in. Take all the pins out first because you might miss some. As we get older, we got to, work our memories a little better. Okay. Let's iron this. What are you doing, Juju? Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be in my armchair soon. One more row, and then I'll say we're good for today. But I got to get this done so I can take Briar's off the frame, because his is going to have to be finished draped over the table, because I had to add an extra row. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, just for the sake of sanity here. Renita, I love these little scissors. I really, really do. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Okay. Here we go. Angie, are you still here? I want you to see this. Look at that. It's coming. Coming up, roses and rainbows. See, and some, whoops, be careful with that one. It's got polyester on it. Don't iron the mouse cord. You must understand, though the touch of your hand makes my pulse react. But it's only a thrill of boy meeting girl, opposites attract. It's physical, only logical. But whatever the reason, you do it for me. Whoa, what's love got to do with it? See these puckers? That's because of these. Sometimes these are, the block is not exactly square. And so we're just going to have to live with it. But it is going to get hand quilted, so. What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? It may seem to you that I'm acting confused when you're close to me. Okay. Let's do this. I'm looking at it and I'm so happy with how this is coming along. I really, really am. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4. One more. Okay, let's get this back over here so I can see y'all. Wow! Oh my goodness. I know. It's just, I'm so happy. Wait a minute. What does that look like? Oh, you know what? This looks like I have to sew apart because I could see the thread being loose. So I'm just going to reinforce a row here. Where did I see that? I hold it up and I look through the light. That's this one. So this one has to be re-sewn. Okay, because it was a loose stitch. Okay. Okay, that works. Sometimes, oh my God. Sorry. Sorry about that. I forget when I'm working that that's coming along beautiful. Beautiful. Clark. David, it's oh my God. Does anybody else feel like we haven't had a summer? Like our summer was like 3 weeks long? Hey, Karen. Hey, Yasu. Okay. Now. Every row has to have one of the blocks in it that I reclaimed from his original quilt. You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? Oh, you're everything I hope for. You're everything I need. If we were a family in the Game of Thrones, we would be of the Stark family. You are so beautiful to me. Okay. Yeah, it was like we had a late spring and then a really intense 3 weeks or 4 weeks of summer. And now it's like fall. And yeah, it is almost September. But the truth is, you know, it's been messy. It's been wrong. You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need. Yeah, that's about right. 32 is freezing. 32 is our zero. Everything. The next one is going to be the multi one with the leftovers, because I gotta sew that again, because it's going to be in the middle of the quilt. Yeah. Sometimes the sewing machine doesn't do what you want it to do. Not always. Pull for the shore. Always, when you're finished a block, always give it a tug so that you can, if there's any light between the seams, it's because your thing was too loose. You're everything I need. Get those off of there. Something bright, right? Ooh, popping bright. There we go. All our windows are closed except the one that has my fan in it in my bedroom, but then I like to sleep cold. Okay. Make sure everything is lined up. Nope. No, I didn't harden them off. They just go out. Boom. I don't harden anything off. And my tomatoes up front did not do as well, but they did a lot of tomatoes, just not a lot of green ones. But they're going green now, or they're going red now. So when Howie comes home tomorrow, we're going to have to pick. Hopefully it'll be nice enough I can pick beans. Any beans I get, I'm going to be dehydrating. Oh my goodness. And pretty soon I'm going to be organizing the, I'm going to start the organization for the, greeting card. I don't know if I'm going to do it this year, folks. I don't know if I can do the greeting card seed exchange this year. I had someone take over the Canadian side or the American side for me last year, but I don't know how it went. So I don't know if I'm up to it this year. Okay, this is burgundy. Well, let's do this one. Do you use batting in your quilts or something else? Well, that depends. Mikey, this quilt's got a blanket in it that my sister, Mikey's mom, got as a wedding gift. And she gave them up to my dad's when we first moved up north because we didn't have a lot. Sometimes I use blankets. I don't buy batting unless I absolutely have to. But my nephew's quilts, their wedding quilts, they all had batting. But why would you buy batting if you have blankets? And wool blankets are the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. That is hot AF. I couldn't live in Texas. It'd be too hot for me. I have to live where there's 4 seasons. Pull for the shore. All right. Oh. This, I found a piece of this when I was going through my fabric. This is on the back of my wolf quilt. That used to be Mum and Jim's, but I got back when Mum passed away. They asked me what I wanted. I said I'd like my wolf quilt, the wolf quilt back. And they put out cups and saucers from Mum's collection, and I took a Christmas one. And this year, things are going to be backwards. This year, our morning tea breaks in December are going to be on our half-acre homestead. And all the regularly scheduled videos are going to be on Life of the Wolfies. Eight. Nine. See, some of these I actually sewed together to make a block. I didn't pull for the shore. I didn't pull for the shore. Gracie's sleeping on the couch. Gracie, come here and have some nap. Come here and give Mommy some love. Come on, everybody wants to say hi. Here she comes. Come here, baby. I have begun mixing cooked rice, oatmeal, and I have begun cooking rice and oatmeal for her. Hang on a second. Ooh. Okay, let me just see if this is okay. I'm sorry, I'm moving it out of your way. She must have been like kicked or something as a puppy or shutting doors because she doesn't like things that move around her. Hi, baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There she is, oh mama baby. Whoops. Show mommy boobies. She's her mummy's darling. She's her mummy girl. Big sigh. She's her mummy's sweetheart, the best girl in the world. And her mummy loves her oh so much. 'Cause she's her mummy's sweetheart. She's her mummy girl. She's her mummy darling. Ooh, look at the years go back because I'm scratching. Come here, a little bit closer now. The best girl in the... Oh, ow, ow, you're digging your fingers in. Oh, your nails. Oh, look here. Look here, Gracie. Oh, what's that? Look, Gracie. What's this? Say hello. She can't. We're kind of... Okay. You gotta go, babies? All right, Mommy, I'll put you out. She's gotta go pee. I'll be right back. Gotta go, babies? Oh, Mommy's back. Did you, Mommy, baby? Yes, you are. I've been cooking, I cooked some rice, oatmeal, and sweet potato together to mix in her canned food to help bulk her up a bit. Oh, I'll be right back. Oh. You know you're a star, Gracie. Finish your gums. Good job. Okay. Oh. I'm moving, as you can see, I'm moving a lot better. I can walk without the walker. But, I gotta be careful. I gots to be careful. Yeah, she's, Gracie is, Gracie's my baby. You know, I'm ashamed that there was a time in my life when I thought dogs deserved less comfort than, like the first dog we ever had was chained outside most days. And I'm at the point, okay, that's gotta be fixed. I learned the hard way that animals are such amazing, sentient, empathic beings that I ask God for God's forgiveness every day. If I've ever done anything to hurt my animals, you know what I mean? My dogs and cats and stuff, because, you know, I call them God's nanny cams. I think I got one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I have one more to do. So we got yellow. Let's do orange. Yep. And Gracie, every animal we've had since we've moved into Quebec, every animal we've ever had since moving to Quebec has taught us more and more and more about, you know, we've learned more and more about the fact that these animals are like, they're support animals, period, full stop. Yes, she came inside with me. If she wants to stay out, when I tell her to come in, she just looks at me. She's finishing her dinner. She just looks at me, and I'll say, "Do you want to stay outside?" And she'll just, and I'll come in. But if she comes when I say, "Come on, let's go in the house," she'll come. The only time she stays out on her knee is when she wants to sit in the sun. And I think I am going to put this on, and then I'm going out to pick tomatoes while the sun is shining. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to leave this be for now. And it's all ready for me to work on tomorrow, because that is row number 5. To think that she was so very, I gotta lean back my back. To think that she was so very close to death so many times. And I took her off the pain pills the vet had her on that were turning her into a zombie. And now she gets drops every couple of days. They're homeopathic. It's called Host No More. So they're parasite drops. She gets them every couple of days because they seem to help her tummy. And now she's on canned food. But I've started, like this morning, I cooked up some basmati rice, some steel cut oats, and somebody sent me the dehydrated sweet potato slices. And Gracie's, they're a little tough for her. So I put one of them in, and then I mix it when it's cold. I mix it with her can of dog food, and I'm hoping this is going to bulk her up. As a kid, I used to sneak food to a chained up hound dog who was starved on purpose by his owner. He caught me once and yelled at me, said it made him a better hunting dog. I remember my dad's my parents' friends. They had a farm out in Powassan near North Bay, Ontario, and he got a puppy. I remember I was there. My sister and I were there for the March break when he got this puppy, and he had it in a corner of a stall with a piece of plywood across it. It was like there was no bars, no cage, no nothing. And I kept going over and going, hey, baby. And Al said, leave the dog alone. I said, what are you doing? He said, he's going to be a guard dog, Beth. He's got to be mean. So, and I remember Nipper. And Nipper, you just didn't go near. You just didn't go near. He was. And whenever they went anywhere for a day or whatever, they put Nipper in the porch. And if you walked in, he'd tear you to shreds. Like I remember my sister going to visit once, and I wasn't there, and Marg and Al weren't there. And Wendy walked right into the porch, and Nipper was on guard. And she said, hey, Nipper, how you doing, buddy? And she patted him and walked right into the house because we were there when he was little, but I wouldn't have done it. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go take my basket, and I'm going to go picking tomatoes and maybe some beans. I'm going to take Gracie out for a run. You want to go running, Grace? Want to go zooming? Yes, black walnuts. They are black walnut hulls. There is a thing on Amazon because you can't buy ivermectin in Canada in pill form. You have to buy it in horse goop, horse thing. But there are other things out there that are good anti-parasites. And I'm going to tell you, most of our diseases today, when I was a kid, I'm going to tell you this, we got wormed every year. When was the last time you guys wormed your kids or was wormed yourself? Most of our illnesses are parasite-borne illnesses. Just going to say that. And the next time I get some money for Amazon, there's a parasite cleanse with black walnut. It's all herbal, and I'm going to get it for us. Anyway, we've been here for over an hour and a half. So this is Mrs. Volfe from our half-acre homestead saying, I got to go. That's her monkey, Rebecca. If Rebecca sees this, that's her monkey. All right, I will see you guys at 7 p.m. Well, not you guys, but I'll see you patrons at 7 p.m. tonight for Sassy Saturday. All right? Mwah! Take care. God bless. I love you, and we'll be back the next time I'm sitting down to work on this. All right? God bless.